A very good morning to all my dear class 9 students. Today we are going to start with a new chapter from your health education textbook. The lesson that we are going to do today is taken from your unit 5. The name of your unit is safety, and the chapter that we're going to discuss today is your chapter 2, and the name of the chapter is on first aid. Now let us start with the introduction to this chapter. Now, what is first aid? First aid refers to the measures to be taken immediately after an accident, not with any idea of cure, but in order to prevent further harm being done. From the word itself, first, kemudian kemudian ang first, bagi ang first, kemudian bagi ang ningkong do haswa do kabah khmat. Da bangi ang first aid kamot bakana manu kajing harap kabangi ai kiburi kibala hab kajing men sal ne kajing accident kajing harap kamde bangin harap bangin penkot youtuber hane kajing harap kabangin yada youtuber ba online ne kajing pang ne kajing jur shu ya katuga jing men sal ka ba youtuber ula hab. Next, first aid is the temporary or immediate relief given to the victim of an accident or sudden illness until the services of a physician can be called for. Nah, kani kentian kamut ba kani ka first aid ka bagi ai kalang tang temporary kamlong pemne kamlong ba ne si junam ni kamlong tang si klip mat ta bangin aji yarap itu breu ubla ha ka jing mensal ne jing accident ne ka jing pang kanam un yo ka jing jam ne ka jing light atau jing pang ka ba tang si por tak ada klip mat ka ba kinwan ki doktor dan kinwan ka ambulance. The primary objective of first aid is to save life. Kali ka jing temu ka bani kong do jangan ka bangi ai first aid ki beriu ka bani kong ka de ka ba ngin yap da ya ki beriu bakin light naka jing yap ne ba first aid ban to save life. The primary objective of first aid is to save life lene ban dia da ya ki beriu bakin nam ha ka jing yap. The first aid giver must communicate with the physician, avoid panic, inspire confidence, and do no more than is necessary until professional help arrives. From this point, we can say that we meant that utu no ajing yarap nu ai first aid borobor haba uyarap itu breu udai ban ya udi ban ya bo jing mot un phone ya ki doctor dan ki nurse dan ki ambulance haba ki kundu inu ki beri ki bahap ka jing masa dengan accident makin nem ya panic dan makin nem ya long shong shit ne makin ai min cm itu breu ni kan breu ko breu ka hab ka jing ya masa ka jing accident dai ban le kan ba ka jing le ban nong basule le bastard henry ban le kena ban le kan ban ai ka jing yarap itu breu la hab ka jing masa da ka ba utip breu bat bun ai jing yarap tat hadu ban tak ada baka ambulans kawan ni tak ada laki doktor kilap bangun ai kajing sumar kajing ada kaba pura. Now we shall look into the general principles of first aid. Now, kini ki general principles. Kamu kena bang yang general principles. Kini ki general principles kamu bagi kini ki lat kilinti ki bagi dia bensiam ki bagi ban bo jing bot hak mat do hak por bangi ai ki first aid kini ki jing bot ki bangi ban bo hak mat hak por bangi ai ki jing arab kini ki breu ki bah apa ka jing sa. The first point is we should not give the victim any form of alcoholic drink, which means when we meet any person who has met with an accident or who is suffering from any illness, we should not give that victim any form of alcoholic drink. Kamu ba? Dalam yang kedua, ki beri ki belah ki baik kedua ki jing sal dan ki jing pang jing sitam. Ngim berboning kong ngim dei ban ai jing di kedua ke jing di ke badan ke balang alkoholik ni ke badan kiat atau ke jing di yakin ki beri ki basyam ki jing sal. Alright. Next, loosen tight clothing which may constrict the victim's neck or waist to ensure fresh air. Haka bora abang ikan ini kiberi belah syam yang kijing besar dengan kijing yang accident hasurap ada di singkir yang kiberi bayar pang batia pang hayek bora abang i baki pang ini kijan kop kibala bantek ban kibalang tight kibal bat scam batek scam ya ka rendang lani ka singkai jadi ban penilus yaki kenang ba gila ban rim sim ha kenang ba kasnam kan tuit ha ka mek ka jongki kan kenang makin kijing kajan ka baki pang kanam te ya ka lenti ya jangal air lani ya ka jing ya jakas nama kamet. Next, Conserve body heat, try covering with a blanket. Bor-bor lagi kedua ini kita pasien ke accident, lagi kita kantam ya kapor telang ne kana letak jing amat sa kaplang habar halin singking, lagi beri kita kena ring asen, lagi sukrial ane ki kio bor-bor ngiban conserve ka body heat ne nging dei ban aila itu beri baun ngam ka jing krial ni bingin diban sok yu daka jai blanket. Try covering with a blanket. If the victim vomits, turn his head gently to the right or the left. Lada utu ubre ubala syang ko jiman saw u kontrol pre. Ni dai ban tia yu ban ini ban penpai ka klik ujung u suki syaka diang lani syaka man him dai ban aila utu ubre bo chu pre sa. Alright. Ndai ni ban ail ni ban penpai ka klik ujung u syaka diang lani syaka man khang bo lat na ka tu ka jing kontrol pre. Next, number 5. Try to obtain the victim's name and address of the next of kin. What do we mean when we say this? Suppose you meet any person on the road who has suffered an accident or has met with an accident. First and foremost, after giving him first aid, you should try to obtain the victim's name and address of the next of kin. Kemudian ba, lagi kedua ini kibria ini deban. Kili pertua ya ketengah jauh, mat ngini ban pan ya ka, jika sa ya ka kontak ka jauh tu beri, kenang ba pinjau ban phone, kenang ba pinjau ban card ya ka jinya, rap kenang fin tip ba uni beri usaha anda kilawan kina ya rap, kilawan ki ambulans ki orang ki doktor, pila ban ai kini ki information, syaki badai ban, syum ya kini ki jing tip. Number 6. Do not leave the victim until medical help arrives. Now, kapor bang ina iladap ai kan first aid ki beri ki pasien ka jing mensal ki jing pang ji hitam nim dei ban su ya ki kumtu sendat handai ni di ban don dekat bat ki tak ada bandawan ka ambulans tak ada bandawan ki doktor ki nurse ki bala ban ai ka jing sumar itu beri dan ki hadu bandawan ka ambulans hadu kena yo ora ubah syam ni ki jing mensal ni ki jing pang ji hitam ki yo ora ki syaka jaka sumar ka ba biak. We shall now look into the few common first aid measures that we can provide or that we can give in a few common cases that we come across in our daily life. Now, the first case that we come across in our daily life, the most common is animal bites. The most common animal bites that we come across in our daily life is getting bitten by a stray dog or a stray cat, or sometimes getting bit by wild snakes, poisonous or non-poisonous snakes. We shall look into a few measures what kind of first aid to provide in such cases of animal bites. Number 1, first point that we should do in case of animal bite is we should wash our wounds or the wounds of the victim freely with soap, water. We should wash the wound with soap, water. Nanti pasal itu kan jaka memang dan jaka basyadat jong tu beliau daka sabun. Next, we should hold under running water tap for several minutes. Ini ban bo ek keti dan ek kejap kejungi ek tu bentar kabla syadat. Hapok ka kor jong ka bak ini ban ek keti hapok jong ka kor jong ini ban aila jong ka makan sat ek tu ka jing ban saw hapok jong ka kor ini ban ek ka kemba saw san drill maximum 10 minit hapok jong ka kor Next, apply sterile gauze, compress and consult the doctor immediately. Anda ada site, anda ada bu apa jangka kor ngiri ban tap ya ketuka jing mensal dah kan nika bandage tu kebang jukot ka sterile gauze ngiri ban kenyan ngiri ban compress kenyan but ngiri ban kundu ya kita doktor marmar kena meninjau ke jing mensal ke jing sumar kaba kam kena. Keep the animal under observation if needed. Quarantine yang tu merat ubala dat je fi kantam lada di ukso ubala alamwer ni kamyau kabala dat je fi ni ban observe ni ban pet bahai tu merat ni ban bu yu quarantine ni ban pet lada ukala bit yan mahapo kitu post ni hadian ba dat je fi lada ukala bit ni ban let kloi saja ka sumar bangin yo yaki dawai injection ki bangin yadai lade bangin light naka jingya. The second most common form of injury or accident we come across in our daily life is bruises. Bruises lani ki jing krut ki jing mensau ki bangi ya kedok apa bangi lek kai bangi ni krut ni mong kas ni dok ki mong ki khosil ni mong ki tembut. Alright. Now what do we do in case we suffer from bruises? Apply an ice bag or a cold cloth for about half an hour. Ngini ban hari katu kajaka kabla mensa kabla krut ke snedo krut ke khosina krut ke tumboy. Ngini ban bu daka ice bag ngini daka daka dan kabla tha ha katu kajaka kabla mensa kumba stegeta khnang ba katu kajing mensa kan light daka jing jor shushu kajing mok. As you can see in these pictures, these are few examples of bruises in our knees while playing, while running, when we fall down. Alright, what do? We apply an ice bag or a cold cloth for about half an hour in the injury area. And now, the third common type of accidents that we come across or injury we come across in our daily life is choking la ni kabangi ya lei lat ngidi ke kabangi dei ban le akpo bang shami ka jing lei lat la de la ne ki parlo parjor ki bahi master. The first point of first aid that we can provide is the person giving first aid should give a hard slap between the shoulder blades. Kamu ya tu la dangi shami ki boleh ki basham ka jing lei lat ngidi ban thap ngidi ban ai ka ngiwa ashi thap na ka met na dien jo ka met apreng jo kini ki terpeng ni ba ashi thap na met ai e khana ban lat ka tu ka jing lai lat. As you can see in this picture na kani ka doduk fla ban yi ni ban ai shi thap na met na dien apreng jo kini ki terpeng ki jongi khana muk tu breu un lat ka jing lai lat. If it is not enough, put him face down on the table with his chest and head hanging downwards and give him or her another hard slap. Lada kan jing lai lat hampat ja pentia ayu hapok ka ben bat ka clear jo dam shapo ai thap yang sisian napo din jangka met na preng jangka terpeng. Now, if the victim is a child, hold him upside down and slap him on the back. Lada ini victim na di beliau iba syam na jing lela di kena red ngi di ban badi i da kampong bat ngi di ban tap i na dien na met na butlo. Do not try to remove the object with the fingers. It may make the object go further in. Nyam dei ban persang ban tap di ka simpre akti jungi apo rendang ban weng hi de kti tu ka jing janang. Na ba tu ka jing janang kala ban rung shushu shadien bat kala ban penjanang pen la shushu bat la ban ra ru ban poi shika jing yap. With that, we have come to the end of today's lesson. Those were just a few points that we discussed today. We will continue again in the next class. For your assignment today, I want you all to answer the following questions in your exercise copies. Answer the following questions in your exercise copies. Your first question is, what do you mean by first aid? Your second question, what are the general principles of first aid? And your third question, what are the measures to be taken when we suffer from animal bites, bruises, and number 3, choking? Answer these 3 questions in your exercise copies. Now with that, we have come to the end of today's class. I hope you all have paid really good attention. I will see you again in the next class. In the meantime, thank you, have a great day ahead, and take care.